Okay, hi everyone. So today I have a very special guest for you today, Ken. So he's actually 38 and he's already retired. So I'll let Ken to share a bit more about his story and to share any lessons that he might have with you today.
Hey, hi friends. Thanks for coming to watching this video. And what I want to do for this video is really want to give you a lot of value. So again, thanks for inviting me across.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, I'm 38 and I'm retired. So what did I do to get myself over here? So last time I was just a typical guy, got his diploma and went out to work, civil servant, came out, start my own business. And what really helped me a lot was learning how to invest properly and invest very strong and invest very well. That was how I actually retired before 38. Actually, my target was 40, but somehow I actually hit my goal at much faster than that, man. So it took me about 10 years, and it was a good 10 years, a tough 10 years, but the end result is pretty good.
Yeah. So what made you, so when you told yourself that I just start invest, what was the thing that made you like say, I want to retire by 40? Because I guess most people, I guess in Singapore would have the general mindset of get to a good school, get a good job and just hopefully retire by 60. And also what was the thing that made you like say, okay, I want to retire by 40, I want to start investing, I want to make sure that I want to achieve financial freedom at a young age?
Okay, you see, sometimes we are put in situations where we don't really have a choice, or just really sick or something. So for me, is that my job and working day to day, I realized that I was working like 16 hours a day, and I just knew I continued on this path, right? I just somehow knew that I would just die before 40 because working 16 hours a day is no joke, and that was my biggest driver for me to actually go out and find something. There are people who actually retire early, so what can I do to bring myself there?
Okay,
Yeah.
so really like finding out about firstly, I guess you were like very dissatisfied with the situation, but then you trying to look for what could you do to get yourself to the level that you really want. Oh, that's great. So I guess after that, like, can you just find out about a bit, what were the exact steps you took when you first started? Like, do you start searching online to invest by yourself, or do you like read books? What are the steps that you taken then? Yeah.
Okay. I'll share one of the interesting experience I have. As probably some of you may have actually faced this experience. When I first started, I was actually still doing a lot of business here and there, and I wanted to invest because we all know we all have to invest. And eventually, some point in time, we still need to invest. For every Singaporean, all of you are investors, just let because your money is with CPF, and they take your money to invest for you to get you a certain amount of returns you need. So technically, all you are investors. But having said that, I remember one day I had this. I wanted to invest, but I wasn't a very investment savvy person. So I actually got a private banker, right, to come and meet me. And I remember this private banker, he wore a Rolex watch here, and he wore a very nice shirt, and he drove a Maserati here, all right? And I was in my shorts because I was running my F&B outlets and running my manufacturing business. And he presented himself very well. I didn't understand what he's talking about. He talks in complicated investment terms, and I'm like, wow. To me, it's like, okay, this guy definitely knows what he's doing more than what I'm doing.
Yep.
So I trusted my money in him lah.
Yeah.
So that was where I lost my first 50k. Yeah, no, 50k gone, man. Yeah.
Painful lesson.
Yeah.
So what happened after that? Like,
So I continued on my investment journey where there were some good lessons and some bad lessons. But having take away all the good and bad, I continue on. So that was the key difference between me and a lot of people. People just give up. What I did is I continue. I know there must be a way. And eventually I met a few good mentors because I tried investing myself. It was a very hard journey. What made a lot of difference are mentors that really helped me. And out of the 10 people I mean, there was one good mentor, and that one mentor basically changed my life.
okay, alright. So I guess a lot of lessons to learn from what Ken shared. So the first time he invested, he actually lost all his money. But what important thing is he didn't give up. At the same time, he looked for mentors that could mentor him to invest. Because I suppose you agree with me, like because they already achieved at the level where you want, you decide to find someone that could teach you to bring you there at the same time.
Yeah.
So I guess moving on to my next question was, which is also why now you have founded OMP, Options Mastery Program, right?
Yeah.
So how many students have you taught so far over the years?
Option Mastery has been running for about, I think, 5 years.
About 5 years.
4 to 5 years around there. We have about 1,800 students. The whole point about Options Mastery is that everybody in the management team of Options Mastery, we all have our own job. So none of us do this full time. That was my number one criteria, because if you're going to teach somebody and the money mustn't play a part in terms of profits, because the heart must be there. So I made sure in such a way that, and from the 1,800 students, we helped a lot of students transform their portfolio to $1 million, some of them at 600, at 6 figures, some of them 5 figures, many kind of students. So yeah.
You're doing pretty well, so growing over to 1,800 students in 5 years. So I guess through your teaching, your mentoring and coaching, right, you would yourself know about different students that might attend the same course but achieve drastically different results. So I'm sure you know some students that from day one after the course, they start investing and they start achieving massive results. But there's some that might be a bit slower, that might not be able to achieve the results they desire. Any key differences in some of the actions or the things that you see that might be different between these two groups of students?
Okay, very good question, and I think I'll ask you this.
Yep.
So, do you think person A is a very smart person, and person B is a dumbass? Okay,
Yep.
Who do you think would do well? Who do you think technically has a better chance in doing well in investing?
The smarter person?
Yeah,
that more brain.
that was what I thought all this while.
Yeah.
And actually, the thing I learned about investment is not about how smart you are, or actually it's all about this thing where you're doing is implementing what you learn. So the most successful students I have is after the class, right, they straight go and invest and they learn their mistakes and they learn how to earn money, and it's very powerful, right? When a student sees what they start with small amount. I don't ever advise students to, when they start, put in $1 million. No.
Okay.
They put in $1,000, a small little bit of money, and when you can see this $1,000 become $1,500, and that just by doing this whole process, they know what to do for themselves in the future already.
Okay.
They just need to know this. So my most successful students are ones that implement it. And be very disciplined about it. Of course, when you invest, there's a whole lot of things like you cannot leverage. You play, you only invest safely. You use your own money. You don't get other people's money. That kind of stuff. But basically, people who just follow the steps and action takers, implementators. Is that a word?
Implementers.
Implementers. They generally do the best, man.
So for myself, I actually attended Ken's course a couple of years ago. So I remember what he said. One thing was that I tell you to cross the road when it's green light, right? But if you want to cross the road when it's orange light, it's really up to you, lah. So I guess it's a very important lesson. Like we can tell you what to do to be successful, right? But if you try to use your own way, trying to edit, then that's when people might not be able to achieve the results.
Exactly.
So that's great. So I guess from your experience, right? Then the other part is do you see the difference in any differences in what you call like the mindset between students that might be successful versus not? So like in terms of do they ask a lot more questions or any other, like, in terms of the mindset that you see that might be different?
Actually, when you're looking at the mindset wise, it has to go back into implementing whether what you learn and really going to do it. That's the key thing. But in terms of mindset, right, the student that does very well for the mindset wise is that when they invest in something, right, they don't care about the short term, because the short term things just happen all the way. You cannot control the short term, but the long term is something that you can control. So the students that do a lot better are the ones which are not very emotional about it. They know they done their homework, they know what they do, they just go ahead and do it and trust the system to let it work.
So I guess the mindset, I think for especially those who have attended like any like investment courses, one of the big thing is long term. So as easy as it sounds, I think it's sometimes very easy to look at the short term. Whether is it now like happening trade war, people are starting to be afraid because the stock prices drop and all. So now because we also have some time, right? So what do you think are the biggest challenges that investors face, especially for people that are trying to start out or they're beginning? What do you think are some of the challenges that they have to watch out for, or the biggest mistakes that most of the investors you see make?
Okay, this question is a question that relates to the previous question also. So the thing is, let me give you an example of a few things that happened. Again, the challenges that the students will face is that because after they start the class, right? I mean they finish the class, they go and invest in the stock. Let's say for example you bought Starbucks.
Okay.
Because we teach Starbucks is a really wonderful business. In almost every financial center you see a Starbucks there, right? And you look at this business, their numbers look okay. They not a very fantastic business, but it's a business that will grow over time. Even if they don't grow this year, just by investing in the stock through inflation, it will go up over the next few years, right? So Starbucks is a stock that literally almost I can say won't go zero because you need all your outlets to fail. So now a few years back we invested in Starbucks, and Starbucks has been going sideways for a long time. Suddenly one day what happened, Starbucks the stock price just plunged like maybe 30% or 40% because the CEO changed. There was some scandal about some racism scandal and people just sold away the stock. The thing is, you cannot, as an investor, you cannot like keep tracking the short-term news and you forget about the company itself, what they stand for in the long term and the kind of value they give customers. And yeah, so the biggest challenge again to any investors out there is keeping a straight mind when maybe I hope I don't get censored when shit happens. You keep a straight mind.
Okay, yeah. So I think that's a very important mindset to have, right? Like when shit happens, that you'll still be able to hold on and to go on forward. Okay, so I guess then moving on to one of my favorite questions, right? Like, so if you had to start from day zero, so you have all the resources are gone, you have no more networks, your reputation isn't around, and you are stuck in a deserted city. So you still have Wi-Fi, you still have food. What will you do in the first 30 days to not only like bounce back to where you are now, but beyond? Like, what were the steps? What will you do to get there? Yeah.
Actually, I love this question because it will relate to a lot of people. Because I understand that a lot of people will start from zero. And if I actually ask myself this question many times, and I always come back to the same answer. If I were to start from zero all over again, okay, what I'll do is I'll start to build my own business. Okay. And I'll learn to work for myself. Okay. I will start something that I may not even be the best person at it, but as long I just keep doing it, I know I'll get better. Like for example, let's say I want to start an online course. I don't know, an online course, maybe a YouTube channel. There are a lot of YouTubers that I just hinting you earning a lot of money. Okay, or whatever it is. I will just start from scratch, and the most important thing that I won't do is I will not work for somebody. Okay, I will work for myself, and I will just start. I just keep trying and trying. I will actually spend a lot lesser. Like I remember my initial days, I was just eating like $2-3 meal every day of my life. Okay. Yeah. And if I could eat at home. And I will start from scratch all over. And in working for myself, I know the path to financial freedom is like 5 years or 10 years. It's that fast. Okay. And that is my biggest advice to you. If you start from zero, work for yourself.
Okay, so yeah, so I guess if you want to retire at 38 years old, assuming you're younger than that age, right, it's really to, I think, to be prudent in your spending, to really not spend on big purchases, but at the same time to do a business rather than working for someone else. And then thirdly, to just have the confidence that you will be able to get there in 5 to 10 years time. I think that's great lessons, especially if you are someone. Well, I know even from my conversation, some of you always want to retire early rather than going the normal route all the way to 60, 65. So these are really key lessons that you can take away and implement for yourself right away after this video. So before we end, right? So so how would you like my audience to find you, or like to find out more about what you do and how they can like maybe learn from you in the future?
You just add me on Facebook, Teng.
Okay, I'll tag him, then you can follow him to see how he can retire at 38 as well. Yeah. So thanks, Ken, for the interview. Hope to see you soon, and thanks once again.
Thanks for this interview. Yeah. I'm always happy to give value to the audience, and he's awesome, man. So all right, thank you.
Thank you.